East Africa correspondent Peter Greste is with us here in Doha. And Peter, what have your sources in al-Shabab been telling you?
Well, I've been speaking to an al-Shabab official, and he confirmed that they have pulled out of Kismayo, but he said that they haven't withdrawn their troops, they've simply withdrawn the government. He said they've closed the administration after 5 years of operation in Kismayo. He said that they did that because they didn't want to bring the fight into a crowded urban area. They wanted to save the city from destruction. He insisted that they haven't abandoned the city militarily, but that they would continue to fight in various ways. I think this means in practical terms that we're going to see a guerrilla war from now on. I asked him whether they could continue to operate without the resources from Kismayo, without the kinds of taxes and the port that they were able to bring in weapons and fighters in the past. He said that they would be able to continue. He insisted that they had plenty of popular support and that they would continue to operate and continue to harass what he called the foreign invaders.
And what is this guerrilla warfare going to look like?
Well, we've seen examples of it in the past. A few days after the new president, Hassan Sheikh, was elected, there was a triple suicide bombing. Three suicide bombers attacked the building. Two of them blew up outside the building, and the third was killed. And I think we could see more of those kinds of attacks. We're going to see suicide bombings. We're likely to see roadside bombs, targeted assassinations, and so on. It will be a classic insurgency, I think. This was something that the president himself acknowledged in the days after the elections. I spoke to him then, and he said that we could expect this for at least another year or so.
And what about outside support with their decline in Somalia and these major strongholds? Are they likely to get support from outside of Somalia?
When al-Shabab first began, this was long before the Arab Spring emerged. At the time, Somalia was Africa's main main focus of operations for Islamic radicals, for the kinds of militants that al-Shabab represented. And so it drew in a lot of support from places like Yemen, from Pakistan, even Islamic radicals from places like, or Islamic militants from places like the United States and Britain. Now, the focus has shifted for those sorts of people, for those kinds of radicals, into areas like Syria, Libya, and so on. That means that al-Shabab has lost a lot of that foreign support, a lot of those resources, a lot of the finances. I think it will be very difficult for them to get that support back, particularly now that it has lost most of the initiative.
Peter, thank you very much for your insights.